Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. I am Puggles, doing your play-by-play action here, and I am graciously joined by my good friend and twos partner, Fishy. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's great to be on here on Saturday Night Rocket League here with you, Puggles, and I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We got an absolute banger lined up for you. We have the 1-8 Ember team up against a 5-4 Velocity team that's looking hot. And I know you did a little bit of research about both of these teams, so I just want you to tell me about Ember.
Yeah, Ember's a bit of an interesting one because they came out in the first week with a huge sweep over Rooks. But since then, like you said, they've lost 8 straight series. Just hasn't gone their way. But they have played a lot of teams close. They've had a ton of Game 5s this season. So it'll be interesting to see when they get their next win.
Absolutely. And speaking of Ember, on that team we have General T, Bobbert, and Steven. And as we switch over to Velocity, they have an absolute stacked lineup with big C-dubs, an amazing person, an amazing player, JPH, and OK Tiny, and with their lowest MMR player, Trash Boat, but still very capable on the field and on the pitch. And these guys, they are looking absolutely unstoppable in these past few games. They've definitely taken the league by storm and the top of their division right now. So, Fishy, we got all the players into the lobby right now, and we're just going to kick it off right away. What is your prediction?
I As much as I love Ember here, I do have to go with Velocity. Like you said, they've been very hot these past couple matches. I gotta take Velocity 3-1 over Ember.
All right, and now looks like everyone is joining up, so we're about to get this first kickoff underway. In the red, we got Velocity with Big C-Dubs, OK Tiny, and Isaro, and Ember in the yellow-orange with General T, Steven, and Nitrous Oxide. A big kickoff goes the way of Ember as they get some early pressure. General T able to work around the corner, get it up and over the net, but nobody able to follow it up as C-Dubs just sitting right behind it dangerously. Looks to get it out, but can't quite get it there as Steven blocks him, but Uzura, a name that I did not see on the list here. He's definitely an interesting player here.
Yeah, it's interesting with those players that might not have been with the full roster the whole season, just coming into the match for maybe the first time. It'll be interesting how that team works together and works around that lack of chemistry together.
Absolutely. As C-Dub's taking it up high, and Isura almost getting the shot on target. Okay, Tiny's going to send it up and over. Big C-Dub's there to try and put it away, but Steven, a big save, and General T is going to hit it to the sidewall, follow it. Isura, again, a big dunk, throwing it into the Ember corner. Steven, he's going to try and work it out, but he's going to get stopped by C-Dubs. As Oxide, he's going to keep it up, buy his teammates some time. C-Dubs ever lurking, ever waiting for that ball to come back as Isura misses the touch. Steven sends it off the post. It's up in front. It's dangerous. A huge save from Isura and another big one shutting down General Twee as Nitrous gets bumped off it. C-Dubs has space and control. Can't quite follow it up here. And minute and a half gone here, Fishy. Who do you think has the pressure?
I gotta tell you, it looks like Ember has a lot of pressure. You saw him force out that huge save from Izura there. And it looks like everything's going Ember's way in this one. Every clear is getting past Velocity. It looks like Velocity might have another attack here to turn it around.
Yeah, and as you say that, it's going to get broken out. Steven passing it over to General Twee. He's going to throw it off the backboard. Nitrous there, not able to connect. Okay, Tiny has an open net, but he's not able to connect it as Steven is going to get a clear into the corner. Isura there to pop it up for his teammate C-Dubs. Work in the corner. Gets it out to Isura. Can't quite get it past Nitrous Oxide. It's a big 50 there. Goes back into the corner of Ember. C-Dubs coming around. Trying to get it out front. And a huge save from Nitrous. Not able to get it cleared out, though, for the Ember team. As Isra puts on another shot, gets two to commit. Okay, Tiny is there, kind of cutting off C-Dubs there a little bit. But C-Dubs, he's going to work with it. He's going to work around the corner. Steven able to stop him, and his teammate Nitrous able to help him out as another shot goes to the backboard. And so far, Fishy, I've seen a whole lot of backboard play from this Velocity roster.
Yeah, Velocity seems to be trying to force everything right towards that middle of the field and the backboard. I feel like if they start to push it through the corners and maybe get some passing plays through, that would help them a lot by playing it around this Ember defense.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. There's Tiny. He's gonna get a big 50. General T is gonna throw it up the corner. And Isra is gonna pick up a huge demo from Tiny. He throws it way over C-Dubs as he tries to connect with it, not able to, but okay, Tiny throwing it again off the backboard. Steven getting a touch this time, throwing it all the way to C-Dubs, who gets dunked by Nitrous. It's in their corner, dangerous. Isra gonna get a touch out. A huge bump there from both players gets sent flying as Isra throwing it into the corner. General Tweed there is gonna get it out to okay, Tiny. He takes a shot, but it goes over. And now C-Dubs has to dodge a demo. Gets it over to Nitrous, and Nitrous is they're trying to get something here, but at the beginning of the game, Ember was looking so good on the offense, and now it looks like it's just gone away.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to do the same thing that I mentioned Velocity doing. And I'd really like to see them pick up the demos because the couple attacks that we've seen them go for a bump on the Velocity defender if they're last in net, it could really cause some damage for Ember here.
Yeah, and you know, those demos in these lower leagues so important because the rotations, especially with a new player, not always fledged out. As Steven gonna throw it off the wall, 30 seconds coming up here. Oh, it's a huge 50. It might just go in, and it does. Steven gets the first goal for his Ember roster.
There's so much space on the field here. You see Steven, he's just taking a 50 in midfield and no one's back for Velocity. They really need someone back post there to cover that because if you get an unfortunate 50 like that just happened, you're going to find yourself down in this game.
Absolutely. And now, see if Velocity's going to have the power to strike back as Isra is going to take it up the wall into the corner. He's going to get met by Steven. Okay, Tiny needs to turn around. Gets a touch, gets it past Steven. He's going to stay on it. Cannot get the 50 past Oxide, but he does get the demo. Isra off the ceiling, gets the ceiling touch over one. Not going to get much more than that. C-Dubs off the wall. Oxide throwing it mid, and Isra, he has to keep it up. Velocity needs to keep it up, and Ember, they're gonna take this game one off of that 50.
And that was a very good defensive showing from Ember. They cleared almost everything off of the backboard that Velocity was throwing at them, which is quite impressive, especially for a prospect team. And even with a novice sub-up with Nitrous Oxide, they could pull it out on the defensive end.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice Nitrous being a novice player, but he's just played so well that, you know, I thought he fit just right in. So great to see that they do have a sub up here and that he's playing so well with 3 saves. And now you look to Velocity. They had a few shots, but not really following up off of what their backboard availability.
It seems like they're just being a bit too ball chasey right now. They're just trying to throw everything at the net as hard as they can, and I think if they just slow it down and try and place it around the Ember defenders instead of straight at them in the net, I think that could do wonders for them because they were outpacing this Ember roster at times.
I agree, and I think having more players, you know, follow up for those backboard double touches is just gonna put them in a better place for the next for this next game. As now we get to game 2 on Urban Field, I believe what it's called. As you know, we got to see Velocity bounce back here and see them pick it up a little bit. As we get the first kickoff, Steven throwing it over to OK Tiny, but OK Tiny just gonna go back into the midfield. Nitrous throws it up into the corner. General Tweed is there. He's gonna throw it around the corner. C-Dubs able to meet him. Can't quite get it over him, but OK Tiny throwing it back off the sidewall. Nitrous throwing out middle. Wow, a great pass there, Steven. Not able to connect. General T awkward, trying to throw it to the corner. He gets another 50 up against C-Dubs to almost clear it. Steven gets it out for his team already. And OK Tiny retreating. This is already looking like a dangerous Ember attack.
Yeah, it really is. You see them especially with that big clear off the sidewall from Steven. They're starting to figure out this velocity and attack and starting to transition it into counterattacks of their own now.
Yeah, and you know those counterattacks for a team that's so offensive and can get caught up is so dangerous because it leaves the net empty. But now Isuro is gonna try and work it out as Steven throws it mid. General T not wanting to commit there with both of his teammates upfield, but he's gonna work it around the corner. Isuro is gonna clean it up as Steven takes it to the wall, is met by C-Dubs, goes up the wall, sends it mid. Okay, Tiny is there. He's up, throwing it off the backboard, not able to double it. But Isuro there, he's gonna throw it up off the backboard again, and now nobody from Velocity there to follow it up. It's a big demo onto OK Tiny, the closest player, as Ember is gonna get a free clear out. And now Steven trying to make something happen. A big stop there by the defense of Velocity, throwing it back into the corner. C-Dubs taking it down the right side, pops it up. Steven needs to go up. He does, but he can't get it in a huge dunk from C-Dubs. He's gonna give his team the first lead of the series.
You know, I said they shouldn't go right at the goal, but C-Dub's proven me wrong here with a huge air dribble right over Steven's head, and General Twee, he could do nothing about that. It's a huge play from C-Dubs when Velocity needed it most.
Yeah, and a huge play indeed. There's a bit of a double commit here coming out from Velocity, but it doesn't seem to punish. They're not seeming to get punished so far, as General T is going to throw it down. Okay, Tiny there in his corner, trying to control it, but leaves it for Isuro as he's up in the air. Steven, they're met by OK Tiny. Oxide, really dangerous, and OK Tiny, he's going to get credit for the goal, but he also harassing the goalies here.
Yeah, interesting there as he took the 50 and immediately went for the goalie in net. And Nitrous Oxide, since he wasn't able to get that touch, the puck just bounced in. So pretty head-up play from OK Tiny, able to get a shot and a bump on net for the goal.
Big play now up by 2 with just over half the game remaining. Another double commit here from Velocity, again not being punished by Ember, as Isuro is going to get another 50, but Steven's able to mop it up and get a big booming clear. It's OK Tiny is going to send it back onto this orange half as Big C-Dubs work in the corner. Oxide there, not able to get the touch. C-Dubs not able to get out in front. A huge stop there from Steven. Steven, he's going to work it out. Isuro is up. He gets the touch to a pretty safe place to his teammate OK Tiny, but this is a dangerous ball, and OK Tiny and the rest of the Velocity defense just so awkward.
And OK Tiny was just thrown off with that shot. You see him falling off the post here as it just bounces in behind him. Great shot from General Twee, I guess. He didn't get the power he wanted, but it works out for him.
Yeah, it works out indeed, and they're going to bring it back within 1 with 2 minutes remaining. And it's in the Velocity half, looking good off the kickoff for Ember, as Nitrous is going to come up the wall, throws it into the corner, but C-Dubs is able to control it. He takes it up the wall. Steven meeting him there, as General T is going to beat out OK Tiny. Isuro throwing it up to C-Dubs, but it gets cut off by Nitrous. Nitrous there still harassing the players around the ball, as General T takes a shot, not fast enough to get by C-Dubs. He's going to clear it into the corner. Nitrous there with a big turn. But again, a big save from the Velocity defense. Isuro throwing it off the wall, bounces up a little bit, not able to follow it, as we're going to trade some ball possession here as it goes right in front of the net. OK Tiny able to make the save, goes off the corner, Steven there, but Isuro able to get the ball to a safer spot. Is OK Tiny is going to take it out of his own half into the Ember's corner. Isuro working it off the Ember backboard, not able to get it out mid, but OK Tiny, he takes a booming shot onto net, but Nitrous able to get the save. Isuro getting the ball past him as Big C-Dubs in his own corner, not able to follow it up, and a minute left. I was just gonna say, what does Ember need to do, but some missed touches there, and that's gonna tie him up.
And just a misrotation. You see Iruza spawning back in that back left corner and going for the boost instead of straight back to net, so he wasn't able to get that save. And it seems like the rotations from Velocity seem to have been falling away. Already seeing a ton of double commits from them. And there's still 45 seconds left in game 2.
Yeah, and now if you're a Velocity fan, you gotta hope that they can hold on to force an overtime. General T gonna play the ball Excuse me. Whew, almost sneezed. General T gonna boom it back down to the corner. Trying to throw him in. He does get it to Nitrous, but C-Dub's able to out-muscle him. And now it's a one-on-one. He's going to take it up the wall. Steven, he's going to go up and try and meet him. But C-Dub's probably not the touch he was looking for, but it goes to Iruza. As OK Tiny is able to jump in the midfield. General Twee sends it out to the mid. C-Dub's with a slow shot towards net. Steven is going to be able to save it away. And now this could be the last opportunity. A big pass. And they're not able to keep it up. But it was a great look there right before the overtime, Fishy.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ember right now. The passes are picking up. And even a bit of a solo play attempt from General Twee there. But it seems like it's been mostly passes coming out from Ember, which has been more sustainable than Velocity's mainly solo play and direct attack.
You're so right there. You know, the solo plays are super important and can get you some goals, but the team play is really going to catch every defense in this prospect league out by surprise. It's now Big C-Dubs throwing it on net. General T with a save into the corner. Nitrous, he gets a single touch. He gets another. C-Dubs biting, but not able to get a touch. OK Tiny is bumped, but Isra able to keep it into the corner, stall a little bit. As C-Dubs gets a big clear out to his teammate Tiny, who throws it mid. C-Dubs another huge 50. Tiny takes it up the wall, passes it out mid. Isra there, not able to connect, and it looks like OK Tiny was going for another bump play.
Oh, it's C-Dubs.
Wow. He just takes it over everyone, I guess.
I guess the bumps just threw off the defense. You see Steven and General Twee both sitting on that back line in the net, and C-Dubs is able to just take it over both of them. So maybe that's the key for Velocity. Maybe they just keep doing the solo plays, but they just go for bumps in between.
You know what? It seemed to work for them so far in this game, as they're going to take that overtime and push us to a 1-1 series. And now, if you look to the Ember roster, you had a huge comeback within the last 2 minutes, but not able to secure the overtime. Do you think this hurts the mental here, Fishy?
I hope it doesn't, because for their sake, because they were playing great that last 3 minutes, just giving up a bit of an unfortunate solo goal at the end of overtime. But if they're able to play like they were in the last couple minutes of that game, I think they're going to look great the rest of this series and could end up blowing Velocity out. But that is if they don't let their mental get to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Velocity, they got to be feeling good, especially the big C-Dubs, the big man himself, getting 2 goals there off of 5 shots, still putting in the work on the offensive side. And Ember, they seem to be playing a lot of defense and really loving these passing and countering attack plays.
I think even being on defense for them is fine as long as they keep getting those counterattacks like you did say. Because they did catch off Velocity with that one goal where no one was in net. If they can continue to catch them out on their rotations, it could look great this game.
Absolutely. And now we go to game 3, very pivotal. Whoever wins this will push themselves to match point, as the first kickoff so decisive as it goes towards the Velocity players. He's going to get past Steven. Isura there, working the corner, gets it out to the mid, but General T able to shut it down before anything dangerous. But he's going to get a huge shot on the other half. OK Tiny misses the ball, but he fakes out the early attacker from Ember, as Big C-Dubs able to get a 50 on the back half, and Isra able to work it into the Ember corner. General T trying to get it out of his own corner, but OK Tiny sending it to the front. Steven able to send it back into that corner as C-Dubs pops it up high. Isra there not able to connect, and OK Tiny, he's going to throw it up the field, buy his time some space, and that's not a great touch from the Ember defense. A huge demo from OK Tiny. Isra is there. He takes the shot and goes off the post. OK Tiny is there, and he is going to clean it up for this Velocity offense.
Huge pressure from Velocity there. See all 3 players getting involved. OK Tiny able to finish it off. But that all started with the demo from C-Dubs in the play, taking the goalie out and allowing them to continue up those shots and that pressure.
Yeah, the pressure is so important for this Velocity team. As C-Dubs, he's starting off more pressure onto the Ember half, as Nitrous not able to get it out, as General T's just going to shift it into the Velocity corner. not able to get it past C-Dubs. He's been a brick wall on defense and a monster on the offense. It's okay, Tiny. He's going to take it up the wall. Steven's there to meet up, but it doesn't go for a great 50 for him. Isura's there, not able to get the double. Probably not due to the lack of boost, as Nitrous going to send it across to Steven. Steven gets it past 1, but he's going to try and follow this with 0 boost. As Nitrous is going to come and take it off his hands, and 50 okay Tiny. General T is just going to let it go into his corner. As Steven goes up for it off the back wall. Isra is there to meet him, throwing it out front. Another double commit there from Ember, but nobody from Velocity in a position to capitalize, as Steven's going to get a 50, but it goes right to General T. As okay Tiny takes it up the wall, and so far, Fishy, since that goal, we've seen a big battle about this midfield. And who do you think is winning it so far?
Honestly, it looks like a bit of a stalemate. You see almost every single player going for a challenge, having 0 boost, which is not a good strategy if you want to get the ball into your opponent's half. I think whoever gets the boost control will turn the stalemate in their favor. We just haven't seen it just yet.
Absolutely, and the boost, so important, as okay Tiny, he's going to find some boost to put this one in the back of the net.
And General Twee and Nitrous getting caught together in their own corner. And Twee just couldn't cover that near post as Tiny shoved it into the near side. Bit of an unfortunate one there from Ember, getting caught up on top of each other.
Yeah, and that's the second time now is Isra. A huge read. That is just an insane. Yeah.
Right off the kickoff too. He just jumped for it right away. That's a tough shot to even get to, and to place it around the defender jumping up too. What a play from the novice sub up even.
Yeah, novice sub up. I don't know if we mentioned that, but he's just looked absolutely impeccable. He fits right in. And now Isra throwing it into the Ember half, but Nitrous able to meet him there. Isra gets a touch past 1. Steven, the last one back, throws it up to General T, but it gets shut down by C-Dubs. And now Ember trying to work the Velocity corner as Velocity looks to get it out, but Steven able to cut that option down. General T gets shut down by Arosa as okay Tiny throws it off the sidewall, throws it up the field, gets it past another, bumps Steven, and now Nitrous, he's going to go back onto the Velocity half, throws it mid. General T going to stick with it, it's going to bounce down for him. Okay, Tiny, he's going to go up in the air. He's going to look for another touch. He gets it. C-Dubs is there. It's going to be on target, and they get their 4th goal. They're looking to run away with it.
Velocity, they're just piling on the pressure. Okay, Tiny, great job following his own touch all the way from the midfield. That's what they've been missing right here, is instead of throwing it away to the defense, they're able to follow up their touches. They're going to create some chaos in front of the net.
Yeah, following up your touches, so important, especially in this Prospect League, where you just got to get a ton of 50s back to back and hope you got an open net. But now C-Dubs throwing it mid for okay Tiny, a great pass as it rolls up the wall. Okay Tiny going to harass some goalies, but not able to connect on them. As Nitrous gonna throw it out mid for Steven, who's gonna work this corner, gets a pass too, going for another touch, trying to drop it down to his teammate. But unfortunately, nobody was there, and the ball gets swarmed by Velocity players as C-Dubs gonna throw it into the Ember corner, gets 50 in there. Isra loses the 50, goes out mid to okay Tiny, who's again gonna take it up the wall. Oh, a huge bump coming out from Ember, and it looks like they're gonna get another goal.
What a bump coming out from Steven. He realized that C-Dubs was the only defender back. Just takes him out of the play so the ball rolls in. Pretty similar to that Velocity goal we saw in the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. The bumps coming out so well for both teams. Now, okay Tiny throwing it down. Steven pops it up for him, but Steven able to stand strong off of his missed touch as General T, he's going to take it down. He has an open net if he can get to it. Fortunately, he will not, as Isura is going to miss the touch over the net, but okay Tiny able to clean up for him. Steven is there, sends it to the net. A huge save there from Isura, keeping the 3-goal lead. Another shot, and it's rolling on the line, and General T is going to secure it. They got life in the last minute here.
All of a sudden, Velocity's starting to sweat. You see him jumping for every ball, just hoping to get a save. And they did keep it out for a time, but not in the end, as now Ember, they have 22 seconds to keep putting on the pressure here.
A big face-off win for Ember, but Nitrous not able to follow it as General T throws it to Steven. Steven throwing it out mid. Nobody from the Ember team is there. And this might just do it for this game as 4 seconds remain. And it looks like Velocity, they're going to go up in this series 2-1.
Yeah, and that was a bit unfortunate right at the end there. You saw all three Velocity players stuck in Ember's half, and just a mistouch from Ember on the open net couldn't put it home. That's all this game really was for them. I feel like it was just unfortunate all around. I gotta say, if they hadn't gone down 4 goals in the first half of the game, this one would have been a lot different.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, giving up early goals is never a good thing, especially in these lower leagues. They're just so hard to come back from because you don't always have the mechanics to get by multiple defenders. So, I mean, that's what we're seeing in these games so far is that nobody here has super over the top mechanics, but they're doing great to just get 50s and try and get it past the just one player at a time.
And you can really see the effect of how big the team play is for each side, with Ember shutting down at the start of this one, immediately giving up the 4 goals on pretty much just positional mistakes and getting in each other's way. But as soon as they figured out, they did put up 2 goals. And I guess the own goal at the end, if we want to count that. But I think Ember, they've shown some greatness in some half games, but they need to put it together for a full game here with their back against the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that they need to look at is Velocity. They just love to take the ball up the wall. I've seen it multiple times. They're just doing it over and over and over again. And honestly, there are some times when I just think that they could just walk it down the middle of the field and they'll do so much better than take it up the wall.
Yeah, for sure. You see him going for those ceiling shot solo plays, and they did work out 1 or 2 times, but I feel like if they just take it through the middle, like you said, they could be scoring a lot more goals.
Yeah, and now we get to this 4th game. As you said, Ember up against the wall. Velocity looking to close up the series here as a huge kickoff goes towards Steven and the Ember roster as they throw it into this Velocity corner. Nitrous gonna try and work it around. Gets it thrown mid. Steven is there to pick it up. He's gonna jump for the double tap. Nobody's there to meet him. Can he put it home? No! But General T not able to throw it on target either. And Isura gonna take it up the wall, get it past one as C-Dubs throws it onto the half. Steven able to meet him. Okay, Tiny is up in the air, gets it past one, but gets bumped off the ball. As Nitrous misses a touch, and that's gonna be dangerous for Tiny, and he's gonna put it on net, and it looks like a little bit of an own goal from General Twee.
Yeah, the ball was slowly gonna go in, but General Twee's gonna be upset with that one, just pushing it the wrong way in the net there. And Velocity, they come out strong again with the early goals. We'll have to see if Ember can come back in this one or not.
Well, so far off the kickoffs, the pressure is going towards Ember as Isura is having a little bit of a tough time in this corner. Steven is going to put a shot on net, but C-Dub's able to save it away. Isura now, a huge clear, is able to follow his touch. A threatening shot, General Twee with a big save as Nitrous is in a bit of an awkward position. And it gets by him as C-Dub's not able to make the touch there. General Twee throws it up in the air. A huge demo, but okay, Tiny, the Velocity player, the first one to the ball. No Ember player in sight as the ball towards the corner, but no, Nitrous. He's going to put it in, and they tied up pretty quickly off that first goal.
That's great work from Ember. You see Nitrous, he wanted to double commit there with his teammate, but instead he went back to the ground and was able to follow it up with a quick shot. It's a good recovery from him instead of, like I said, double committing there.
Yes, the double commits have been very prevalent from both teams, and they've worked out, I guess, and they haven't sometimes. But now Nitrous, he's gonna get a big 50 win. He's gonna try and follow it up against OK Tiny, but neither of them able to get a touch. Our corner out to Steven. Ooh, almost able to beat out OK Tiny, but he's just able to get it past him. Isra forcing the midfield, a huge shot onto the velocity half. The ball's still dangerous. General Twee not able to put it on target. Nitrous, he's just gonna leave it, buy his teammates some time to get back. OK Tiny's gonna rush him. Gets it past Steven, gets it past C-Dubs, but Isra able to throw it off the wall for his teammate OK Tiny. He's gonna try and follow it up, gets it past one. General T able to make the connection there as both velocity players go up and C-Dubs does not make the touch. And now it's still floating dangerously. OK Tiny is there, but this ball's gonna go all the way back. Noxus is there, he puts it down and it goes in! A great shot from the novice sub up.
And again, we see Nitrous Oxide on the offensive half for them, just tapping it in. I think that one might have gone in anyway, but he will take the goal gladly to put Ember up ahead with half the game left.
That is certainly a crazy angle there from Nitrous. But now C-Dubs looking to counterattack as he puts the shot on, saved away by General Twee. Now, OK Tiny, last one back, buys his teammate some time, gets 2 50s as C-Dubs throws it to the wall. Steven is there, he throws it to the other corner, Velocity, but Isra is going to cut it down, throws it up the wall. OK Tiny able to pick it up. General Twee not able to make the touch, but Steven is, as Nitrous gets it thrown out, not able to make the touch. A big double top here from C-Dubs, not able to put it in. General Twee working it down this wall. Butter Rosa gonna cut it down. Bounces up high off the corner. C-Dubs is there. And Steven and C-Dubs both not able to make contact as OK Tiny. Again, Velocity throwing it off the backboard, and I'm not seeing anybody go up and try and finish these touches.
Yeah, it seems like no one's really there to follow up on each other's balls. You saw there both Velocity teammates leaving for the back corner boost as Irizo was left to solo play on his own. They really need to start turning at the mid boost instead of their back boost so they can stay involved in the play.
Yeah, and you know, you really can't be going for those back boosts, as you said, especially in, you know, in the upper leagues. I know you're going to get punished for it. As C-Dubs, he gets a big 50 past one, but Steven able to cut him down early. He's going to try and follow it up, not able to get the touch, but he is going to be able to steal the corner boost. He's going to partially starve this Velocity defense as C-Dubs not able to make the touch. General Twee just needs to sit and wait, and it goes in for a 2-goal lead.
And Izura's just got beat there right over his head and left C-Dubs in an awkward spot. He was counting on him getting that 50, and so the ball just goes over his head. Now Velocity, they're in a bit of a tough spot. It seems like they're getting caught out with every single 50.
Yeah, you know, they're either playing too close to the ball or too far away. But oh, a huge opportunity and Tiny! I didn't even see where he came from. He's gonna get the goal though.
I don't even know how that ball went in. It looked like it was floating on the goal line, but Steven had a clear. Oh, Tiny just falling from the ceiling dunks it in and giving Velocity a lifeline.
You know, they have the opportunity of a lifetime. They're down by one. The kickoff goes their way. Okay, Tiny is there. He gets it past one. They just need to put it away. Oh, and he's not able to follow it up fast enough as C-Dub's trying to help his teammate connect with the ball and put it in. But Isra, a huge cut down from Steven. This Ember defense looking pretty starved on boost as C-Dubs is going to throw it into the corner. He's going to try and follow it up himself. No, he won't. Isra is there, not able to get the double, but General T gets it past one. But C-Dubs able to throw it back in. The ball sitting dangerous, but Steven throwing it into the corner. 30 seconds remaining. Steven trying to take it out, but is cut down by OK Tiny. Nitrous can't get the touch. C-Dubs is there, and C-Dubs puts it away. We have a tied game with 15 seconds remaining.
OK Tiny with a huge 50 to put that in front of the net. And oh, that's unfortunate from General Twee. Flipping to the side of the ball. Hopefully Ember can bounce back after they just gave up 2 quick goals. And the game is still tied, they have to remember that.
Yeah, they can still score with 0 seconds remaining. As the ball goes mid, Steven able to throw it into the corner. And OK Tiny pops it up high. But it almost goes in. It's still dangerous. Nitrous is there. He pops it up high. Oh, the Velocity offense could not put it away there and keep it up. But now we go into overtime. Velocity needs to score and win. and wins the series. But if Ember wins, they go to a game 5. And the pinch, it's going to go in. Nitrous is going to get credit, but it pinches off of one of the Velocity defenders.
How about that for a regroup from Ember? They were scrambling at the end of that game, but immediately off the kickoff with some pressure of their own. And Nitrous with honestly a bit of a lucky pinch, you have to say. But I'm sure they'll take anything they can get at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. After giving up those few goals here at the end of the game, they were able to come back. Very important. And now they push us to a game 5. Ember Velocity, Velocity, they've looked good most of the games, but sometimes they just kind of fall apart in these maybe 30-second spurts where Ember, they either are off for part of it or they're just absolutely on for part of it. And I think that's what we saw here.
Yeah, Velocity, once they seemed to turn it on at the end of the game, they really turned it on, of course, with those 2 quick goals to tie the game up. But if they can just, I don't know, it seems like they're always too far away from the ball, and then on defense they're too close to the ball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know, they just need to clear up those rotations and regroup like Ember did at the end of this game, and I think they might have the pressure advantage here.
Yeah, they definitely do, because losing or winning that overtime is really going to push them to feel so confident in this next game. As now we go to game 5. We've seen both of this Ember and Velocity offensive and defenses. Now, who do you think is going to take this game 5?
I gotta give it to Ember, honestly. I feel like Nitrous stepped up huge in that last game with a hat trick, and if they can get anything close to that again and play some solid defense, they'll be looking to close this one out for their first win since week 1.
That would be a big win, as Isra is going to try and get a touch here. Gets a big stop there off of the attack, and Steven in the midfield throws it down, but it gets passed out by General T back to Steven. Goes out mid, it's dangerous, but Erosa is going to put it up his wall. Okay, Tiny able to clean it up as C-Dubs in the corner. Pops it up, Nitrous is there, throws it off the ceiling. Gonna be able to follow it, gets a 50, but not able to win it as Isra gonna throw it up to the sidewall. Okay, Tiny just gonna bang it down the middle of the field. Ursula's there trying to get a touch, but not able to connect as Steven working it out of his own half. Not able to get it past the midfield as Okay, Tiny throws it onto net. A huge save from General Twee as he gets it almost below 1. A huge stop there from Erosa to buy his teammates some time. And another demo coming out from Ember. These demos might be super important here, Fishy.
Yeah, with the playstyle Velocity's doing, they're trying to starve Ember out in their own half. And these demos are what's giving Ember those opportunities for clears, which are giving them shots like that from General Twee that are great opportunities.
Those opportunities ever dangerous, but we did see yet another double commit coming out from the Velocity side as they try to they got that save, but now it goes onto the Ember's half as Steven is going to work it out off the sidewall. So C-Dubs is there. Steven not able to get the dunk on him, but General Twee throwing it up high. Nitrous is there, not able to get the read, but Okay, Tiny throws it away. He's going to follow it with a full tank of boost, and now gets it up to Steven, but Steven's able to stand strong in the corner.
On past the defender, too.
It's open. He can't put it in. He throws it up. None of his teammates are there, able to put it down and in, but now C-Dubs, he's going to try and break it out for his team. Gets it past 1. Nitrous needs to turn around, low boost. Not able to connect as Okay, Tiny throws it up to the sidewall. Goes up in front. So dangerous. Rosa trying to get it on net, but General T able to make the save into the corner as Steven, he's going to try and follow it here, but he can't connect. It's Okay, Tiny working the corner. Tries to throw it mid, but General Twee able to mop it up. He throws it towards the middle. Nitrous not able to catch up to it, but C-Dubs gets it past 1. Steven last back. Oh, big 50 there from C-Dubs, but his team not able to help him out on the offensive half. General Twee throwing it down to Steven. A double commit from Velocity, but they're able to clear it back into the Ember corner. We got 2 minutes left here, Fishy. What are you seeing for the pressure-wise? Who do you think is winning this battle?
It's honestly just back and forth right now. As soon as one team thinks they got it clear, it's coming right back the other way. And whoever gets this first goal looks like they're gonna win this game because there's so much space on the field right now, and it's just begging for one team to control it.
Yeah, and once one of those teams control it, it's just a matter of time until it goes in. But C-Dubs not able to control the ball off the wall touch, as Nitrous is going to throw it mid for Rosa. So Rosa's going to throw it up the wall once again, something we've seen so much from this Velocity team. A huge bump, and it goes in. Rosa with 0 boost makes the dream play.
And he's just falling from the ceiling and manages to get the perfect bump into an own goal on General Twee. That's so unfortunate from Ember. They thought they had it all covered. They thought they could jump up for that, but they just get denied by Rosa.
And he's a falling angel, able to score it. And now, Velocity just need to hold. They have shown that they've given up goals immediately afterwards, but a huge shot. Okay, Tiny gets it past one. C-Dubs is there trying to get it past another, but not able to center it. As Steven working it out, trying to get it to Nitrous, but not the jump he wants. As a Rosa, it's just gonna go in. I wasn't even ready for that. Did you see how that went in?
I doubt if that was intentional. No, there's no way. He flips at the ball and manages to get a perfect double touch. Maybe two of the most unfortunate goals from Ember here might be sending them home.
So Rosa, he's becoming online an ever-present force on this attacking side for Velocity. As we need to see Ember do something, a huge pass from Steve and General Twee, just a little bit too close. C-Dubs there, it's gonna go over the last defender. And OK Tiny, he's gonna put it in for their 3rd goal.
That's huge insurance here from Velocity. And a great clear coming out, and C-Dub's able to put it on net, stolen by OK Tiny.
Secure.
But Ember, it looks like they might be out of it. They pushed everything for that last attack, and it went right back the other way.
They might look out of it, but they have come back from this before in this series. But now, Rosa, he's just going to probably put it out of reach. 30 seconds remaining, 4 goals. We saw Ember come back from 3, but not quite 4.
4 with 36 seconds left. It'd take a lot, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see with this last bit of time here.
And the last few seconds always so interesting in this game, or in these games so far. And now, General Twee breaking it out. Steven is there, 50ing it. As C-Dubs just going to go back to his defense. OK Tiny, going to get 2 50s there. It looks like Velocity is going to just wait out the clock here with their 4-goal lead. C-Dubs going to get it past one. Rosa going to try and follow it up here. Steven popping it up. 10 seconds remaining. And this is all going to do it here as Velocity push themselves to 6-4, I believe. And Ember, another heartbreak loss in Game 5, pushes them to 1-9.
Another tough loss for Ember here in this one. They've been to Game 5 so many times, just unable to close it out. But if those 2 little goals from Arosa didn't go in, it could have been a lot different. I know the scoreline is 4-0 and it doesn't look close, but they started pushing a lot harder as soon as they were down 2-0, and it could have been a lot different if they didn't go down.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Velocity, they definitely looked really good, but definitely some mistakes that could be capitalized on. In my opinion, they're just overusing going up the sidewall to set up their plays. And I think once they maybe clean that up a little bit, I think they're going to be an absolute shoo-in for the playoffs coming up. But now they're going to sit on top of their division, so they're already in a great spot for playoffs.
Yeah, all 3 Velocity players look really great in this one. Even Arosa, as a novice sub-up, didn't know what to expect from him, but getting some huge goals at the end. But like you said, they're all great solo players, but if they can figure out a team dynamic that works in the future, we could see them do some damage in the prospect playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is probably going to wrap it up here for the first game. Thank you so much for joining me, Fishy. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Of course it has, but we do have to throw it over to the next one. I do want to see this next Titan League matchup here between Gravity and Inferno. I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. But before we go, we got a few subs to thank. So we got Icarus 94 for 3 months. We got Demon Season for the Prime. And then we got Squirrel for the 19 months. An absolute insane support from all three of you. Thank you so much. And after this very short break, we will bring you that Titan matchup.